Okay, I guess I hit the go live button, so I should be live. Oh, live. Okay. There. Okay. I got to look at my correct YouTube page, and there it is. I go live button. So mute that. Okay, go back here, back to my thing here. I get the link. Probably nobody watching yet. I don't know if you've seen my little video, Lincoln's hat on the chair. He had a hat on the stool next to his chair when he was at Ford's Theater. There's a little stool next to his chair when Lincoln was shot. That's like Frank thinking, oh, it has something. He was involved with JFK shooting. No, he wasn't. It's just that JFK was shot in the head. So was his business partner was shot with the same bullet JFK supposedly was with magic bullet. John Connolly, Forrest Fenn's business partner. I copy the link and I go to chat. I post it here. Paste. And there. And star it. There. That should. But only stars it on here. I gotta go to YouTube and make sure it did. Yeah. See, YouTube didn't. Pin message. There. It's the link to join in. And let me see, I come back here. I can play something. Go to my music thing. I don't think there's nobody in chat yet. How many got? Three? Two watching. It says three. I have three notifications. I don't have a lot to talk about. Um, yeah, did my lighting a little different. I got the light behind my laptop because if I put the light, it's on me. It's way too bright, and you can't see the little glow ball over here, the little Tesla. See, connected to the universe right there. My essence is going through the glass right into that beam, into the grid, and feeding back to the universe. I'll put this chat on here. Um, Not a lot, I posted that video. You got the real estate picture, and the picture that from when Forrest died, that hat was on the chair on the stool. I think it was like an ottoman that was next to the desk in the pictures that I guess the police took, you know, or whatever. That Frank has. That Frank had the pictures Frank and them shared. The picture Dave uses, wherever that one was. I think the hat was still on the. It was there when he died, and his shoes were there. Why didn't he have his shoes on? The reason he didn't have his shoes on because he was on holy ground. Moses, take your shoes off. You're on holy ground. Um, he was going out the way he chose. I wish this restream would keep me up. That's the only thing it doesn't do. It doesn't. Well, it didn't pin the link. I starred on restream, but I think it's only starred for other people on restream. But there isn't anybody else on restream watching. It's all YouTube. I could have it go into Facebook too. And if I was paid on X, I don't know what a paid subscription is on X. It's probably like buying HBO, way more than. But I got to wait. Grok will give you 10 questions. It give you 10 things. You submit 10 things on Grok, and then I was like day before yesterday. I must have submitted 30 comments. Well, I was back and forth with Grok arguing about Jack Stoof because it's totally going by what the media says and what the police report autopsy said. Or there was no autopsy, and he just looked bruised. They didn't see there was a hole in his head. I think one of the things said he had a puncture wound. One of the diagrams. One of the diagrams said puncture wound. Um, Gotta find that. But and then Grok can't see, so it can't look at the stuff, and so it can't look at you know a picture or anything and tell you anything. So it only goes by the official reports, and it's official. And it's like, okay, well, let's do this. How about this? X's Grok AI has declared Jack Stoof, a writer for The Onion, as a fact checker. So we have the first ever Onion writer is a certified fact checker by Grok. Mm. Had to go get propane, did some grocery shopping, and I got home and I hadn't had Cheerios for a long time, so I bought some Cheerios and I had a bowl of Cheerios. But when I grabbed the sugar off the shelf, I didn't realize that my donuts fell off the counter and onto the floor. And there's just a little mini chocolate donuts, not full size donuts, just the little minis. There's a little carton of them, and it had fallen off and opened up. And before I noticed that it did, the the dogs had eaten all but three of them. They love chocolate. People say you can't give dogs chocolate. Finally, asked somebody why. Because they get the shits. Okay, well, they have a doggy door, so they don't shit in here. They go outside to shit. So, and I see nobody in chat. I bet Mario's on too or something. For watching. Hey, double blazes. Double blazes is that's what Forrest Fenn called me, Mr. Double Blazes. At least he used Mr. and not some other gender. I am a Mister. I'm not a fruit cake. Oh. Then Dave Olson, he brought up he doesn't know his IQ. So I had taken three IQ tests. I got 152, 153, and 156. So, you know, nothing wrong with the thing of my thinking thing. No, it works pretty good. But even some of the smartest people still do stupid things. There's still people with high IQ, there are high IQ murderers, which is now if your IQ is really that high, you know better than to kill anybody. Oh, that's why nobody's watching. Live on Patrol is on. Live on Patrol is streaming. My cousin Bob Fletcher. Never miss a comment. Well, I there haven't been any comments to miss. Man, it's like shadow band. They got a curtain. They haven't pulled the curtain back on me yet. There's YouTube still hiding me behind the frickin' curtain. That's what they should call the YouTube thing where they shadow ban you. That's the new Iron Curtain. The Iron Curtain. Nobody's gonna see you. Yeah. When I go to get the propane, the road goes along the railroad tracks, and I was noticing going along the tracks. These tracks are all bolted. The sections of track are bolted together. And I thought, well, why don't they just remove those them bolts and weld those spots? You know, or they should be able. I would think that they could do the welding thing and leave the bolts on there because then they could just go along and do it and not worry about, and take a break if a train's coming, go back to doing it afterwards without worrying about hot hot things cooling off. They could stop an hour before the train and it'd cool off. Um, they need to have a way to do that, welding the tracks together without removing the hardware that's bolted it together. And they could come back later and remove it if they want, but they may as well just leave it for extra strength. But it keeps the train from making a kunk on, kunk on, kunk on, kunk on if they weld them together. And I think the newer rails that they have the metro trains on and stuff, they're a lot longer than the pieces of rail they use here. Um, you know, so they can run it over a lot longer stretch. And I saw something on the news about a train protest about some train crash in Greece. I hadn't seen news about that. The Greece rail train protest. Oh, what? Hundreds of thousands protest across Greece over deadly train crash. Reuters. Reuters says hundreds of thousands of people rallied in cities and towns across Greece on Friday to demand justice on the second anniversary of the country's deadliest ever train crash, and striking workers grounded flights and halted sea and train transport. 57 people were killed when a passenger train filled with students collided with a freight train on February 28th, 2023. Oh, that was just before I was there. Oh, yeah, that's why things were on Google Earth before I went. There were areas you couldn't look at. There were the areas that they were protesting at near the Tempe Gorge in central Greece. Uh, 2 years later, the safety caps that caused the crash have not been filled. Okay, the safety gaps, so they haven't changed their way of doing things or whatever. But Yeah, they didn't. I guess freight train killed a bunch of students. I would say they don't have the number that's written words number. Um, see transport. Oh, 57. 57 were killed in that train crash. But yeah, they're burning things and stuff, protesting the trains. They've set railroad tracks on fire in this picture that's on Reuters or CNN. So that's what happened there. Boom. No, I'm not logging into CNN with my Google. I don't see anybody commenting yet. I got that open. What's this? Engage with my audience, or I can do those heart things. I don't know if I had turned my super chat on. I might as well take in some money if anybody wants to give me any, because Trump said he was going to help seniors on Social Security, but so far there's nothing at all. He's helping people to pay taxes, but he's not helping seniors on Social Security. I guess there's a bill that made $200 more a month for Social Security, but I don't think it's only seniors. It should be just they should at least do something for the seniors. What it is, they don't want to do it for all the people on disability and SSI. But the people that had paid in all their life and are retired like me, you know, yeah, boost my Social Security retirement. But yeah, if they did that, I don't know. I guess I got dogs for the next 14 years or so, or at least Jill be around that long. Jack, he's midlife. Jack is 8 years old. No, he'll be 8 years old this year. He's 7 years old. Is that right? Yeah, because he was born in December. Oh no, no, yeah, he was December 2016 though, so he's 8. And I think, oh no, yeah, because I got him in 2017. Uh, After the Fembury, after I brought the bullet up there. This when Forrest did all that stuff. Hey, Tony. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what I've done. What I've done, all I've done is what come out of Street's mouth is bullshit. Street and them others that, yeah, you know. And then, Forrest, ring my bell, right? He's got the star on Once Upon a While. Well, Belle Starr accidentally shot herself with her shotgun, riding her horse, and her shotgun went off and killed her. Belle Starr, she was a gunslinger. Yeah, she was from Texas. I think from Forrest Fenn, from near Temple or something. Belle Starr, because I can. I think it needs a new load. I need to put some more in there. I get these little one with it's got three in there. Three little chunks. Yeah, my pipe is empty. I got my lights low, but I got a flashlight right here. I'm trying to find my knife. There's my knife. It was underneath my tube. Which I don't think. Have I tried them all? Yeah, I'll try this one again. Woo. No, I just the store is like 12 miles to the nearest um, to Green World is the name of the store. It's like 12 miles, and you get 3 grams for $30. I should have them pay me for advertising, and that's basically pretty close to the same price that I get in if I drive 120 miles, and so it's not 120 miles, 69, so it's 70 and 40. It's like no, it's 120 miles when I drive to my kid's place. So and I get a veteran discount, so it's like $33 with tax after the veterans discount and the tax. um, but there's the end of is it right here? Yeah. No, it's not right here. It's in my bedroom. My Eric Sloan Return to Taos. It's the same. It's the if you the tan colored fabric on Forrest Fenn's The Thrill of the Chase. That tan colored fabric that's underneath the cover, underneath the jacket, the tan colored binding and all that. It's the negative color of Eric Sloan's Return to Taos. Eric Sloan made 2 trips, and there's a poem at the end of his book, and it talks about and they stared, the half-witted lot. They marvel gazed. They stared and they stared, the half-witted lot. At, at the spot where the leaf was not. Is he talking about gold leaf? The gold leaf wasn't there. And they stared and they stared. Where's the jackpot? I got this fresh one in here. Got to get it down into the. Got to warm it up. The first toke is just a little warm up. It gets it down into onto the screen. It gets it hot in there, and because there's a little screen in there. You see it just melted in there. Then you clear it out. Listen, listening just too ill to come on. Hope you are well. Yeah, I'm doing okay. Hip is getting better. um, Still got muscles are still tight and stuff, but the bones should be pretty much healed up. Um, but I got like 3 more weeks of uh, by March 23rd. That's 3 months after. They said it takes 12 weeks, and so 12 weeks is 3 months. So I still got a little bit more time. I can hop out, I can get out of the truck and start walking. I don't have to stand there and warm up my hip before I start walking. It's getting better. I gotta turn that so the woofy is that way. Oh, well, I just needed to turn the woofy. There. They put it in front of the hat. I know my printer. Next time I use this printer, I'm gonna have to use a bunch of ink and do the major clean out on the nozzles and all that shit. That takes a lot of ink. But what I gotta do, I gotta get some more paper and I had to print. I got a lot of prints of my others before the art. When the art just colored the rocks was one thing, but now the art is can turn them rocks into figures and stuff. That's what you see in some of my videos. That blue lady coming out of the crystals dancing, that came out of one of my rock pictures. You know, you watch my videos, yeah, yeah. Next, yeah, I'm not supposed to talk about my health on the. I'm not supposed to talk about the yeah, but mm, the nerves. Um, yeah, and I should be able to talk this. It's like told don't talk about that. So I just mentioned the hip quickly. Yeah, it's doing better. The knee ain't bothering me. And we can go with see how it goes with the hat. Is it too dark for the hat? No, it's not too dark for the hat. Which glasses am I wearing? I'm wearing my street glasses. These are my newer prescription VA prescription glasses. They're uh they're real thin and very flexible. They're real flexible and stuff. So they can take a bump, you know. Hmm. I think they probably have the yeah, I think they got the wire under the thing goes underneath the lens strung in there. Um yep, just hanging out. Sitting back where I used to only be able to sit on the seat over here next to me because I couldn't get in here with my leg after after I got it fixed. uh, anyhow, yeah, I got my elephant here. A colorful elephant. Yeah, you know where they got some of them ancient symbols. There's the W. Dun, dun. That thing's glass too. It's fragile. A lot of things in here I have hanging on the walls to keep them from ending up on the floor. Up here is pretty safe. Um, whew, uh, at least one comment. I got 4 comments now, or 3. I don't know where everybody is. What's it say over here? How many? 3 watching. Yeah, it's just us 3, man. Um, because I'm sure if I go back over here and I hit streamers YouTube, oh, I don't see, but he probably is. I have to just check my notifications. No, no, that was 2 hours ago. He went off. He's not on. It's probably the cow and pig show. But I ain't gonna go searching for their channels. Um, yeah, I've done some other things too. I'm doing some other things. Like it's almost like spring here. We got I think Sunday night and Tuesday night supposed to snow. But like I think Sunday night it snows and then it's 55 degrees in the daytime. you know, and they even try and put the snow on the daytime. It's at 55 degrees. Are you kidding me? It ain't gonna snow 55. It might a little bit in the morning, but it ain't after that. It's gonna melt. I might get 4 or 5 flakes. Dude, you gotta hear this song. Oh, I hit the wrong thing. There. I'll upload it. This is easy to find. I don't know if you could hear that. You probably couldn't, so that's why I uploaded it too. I'm uploading it so you can hear it. The imposter finder. Um, took 50 hours to drive to Yellowstone. 50 hours of driving. They didn't drive 50 hours straight. So how many hours a day anybody drive? If they broke it up into like 17 hours a day driving, it take 3 days. But you ain't driving 16 hours a day. You drive about 8 hours a day. So there's 5, 6, 7 days on the road. And on that way, on the road to Yellowstone, they stop and camp. And the long walk home in the book, that's referring to in Ramblings and rumblings. They had Cody was found 7 miles out of town. 7 miles. They found Cody 7 miles away, and they got wet because they crashed in the creek and he got all wet. He was barefoot, and they all had to walk home wet and cold. They were all wet, and it was cold, and they had to walk back 7 miles to town because that's how far that Cody was. He Cody didn't pull him for 7 miles, and if you got to go for a 4 mile walk, that takes a while. That's like the longest cave tour at Mammoth Caves. I've done the 4 mile cave walk through Mammoth Caves. Oh man, it didn't upload those. It didn't like the titles, maybe. It didn't like my lyrics. I think it didn't upload to the song I wanted to play. Open. I don't know if it doesn't like that government is in the title or but. I don't know. Everywhere you go, you got government straight up your butt. Is it actually going to upload them? Yes, it did.
Feeling like a slave, hands tied right tonight.
No, it's the other one.
Hands tied right tonight. Government intrusion, Satan in the grand illusion. Govern your home, stick you with deadly poison. Your rights.
I don't know how it sounds for you, but it sounds shitty on this end.
Everywhere you turn, you find government. Shoved up your butt, freedom out the window. Enough with these tyrants. Revolt for your freedom. Take away their powers. Or it's
I'll at least see if I can find the other one, the other version. I want the. There's one with a male voice.
Take away the powers, or it's our final hour. Ask the GI doctor, please, is there any way
It sounded terrible on my end.
everywhere you turn, you'll find government. Shoved up your butt, your freedom out the window. Govern your home, stick you with deadly poison. Your rights mean nothing, trapped in your dark prison. Everywhere you turn, you'll find government. Shoved up your butt, your freedom out the window.
Okay, I think I found the other version. God, why is that so terrible? Because it's a WAV file? No, it's MP3.
No. Okay. You'll find government. Shoved up your butt? Your freedom out the window.
Enough of these tyrants. Revolt for your freedom. Take away their powers, or it's our final hour. Enough of these tyrants. Revolt for your freedom. Take away the powers, or it's our final hour. Ask the GI doctor, please,
There.
doctor, please, is there any way to
How's it sound out there?
Tell them to stop their hate for the free people. Tell them take the laws and show them straight up.
Oh, that's what's wrong. The other speaker turned
Doctor,
off.
please, doctor, please, is there any way to remove the government from my butt? Ask the GI doctor, please, is there any way to remove the government from my butt?
That's why it sounds funky. Gosh.
Everywhere you
Oh.
turn, you'll find government. Shove up your butt, your freedom
It sounds terrible here. How's it? Maybe I gotta turn that YouTube page off. That should be better. Huh. Man, that sounds bad here. Does it sound bad on? I don't know how it sounds out there. Nobody's telling me. Because it's not playing good here. I can't even hear it here now. I don't know. Not doing good. It won't let me play it, maybe. Or maybe I gotta see how it sounds on the YouTube. Time to stop their hate. All the free people tell them pick the laws and show them straight up their butts. Straight up their butts, straight up their butts. Every way you turn, you'll find government shoved up your butt. Your freedom out the window. Yeah, it does sound bad on there too. Yeah. It was probably better when I was just playing it on my speakers. So yeah, the Restream music player fucked up. Turn that off. Damn it. But my music player, my media player Windows is okay. It sounds good on my speakers. Oh, I know what the problem is now. I know what the problem is. It's my Bluetooth connection. My speakers. Disconnect. You gotta disconnect, reconnect from the speakers. Now, let me see how it sounds. I'm hearing it. Huh. Sounds like I'm sure.
Feeling like a slave, hands tied, rights denied. Government intrusion, Satan in this grand illusion. God in your home, stick you with deadly poison. Your rights mean nothing, trapped in the prison. Everywhere you turn, you find government shoved up your butt, freedom out the window.
Yeah, I don't know. That's not how it's supposed to sound. That one ain't even playing. I hit play. That's terrible. That's terrible. It must be the speed they're playing it at isn't compatible with the freaking internet or something. I don't know. That's terrible. Background music does not work on Restream. Good night, Tony. I take another toke. Oh, there we go. Ah, yeah. I don't know why they why they block me or they don't share my that I'm live and um like it's YouTube shadow banning. And there are people as soon as they go live, the billion people see them. It's because they promote them and they hold the rest of us back. You know, it's bullshit. It was pretty cool watching. I was imagining when Trump was chewing out Zelensky, I was imagining Putin sitting there busting his gut. Oh, wow. What we ought to do is go help Russia in exchange for owning Ukraine for all the money they took from us. Then we can own Ukraine. And make it a Russian and American joint venture. See how it works. Oh, yeah. We get the um, rare earth materials and stuff, but yeah, but they have to have a fair justice system. I watch this guy. He goes by sabbatical on YouTube, and he was over in Eastern Russia, and he didn't know it, and he was too close. He was caught within 50 miles of the Chinese border without a permit, and they accuse this guy of being a spy. He's just some guy from New York who travels around the world, spent time in China and years in China and Africa, and travel around Europe, and he just travels and stuff. Like he just put a video. He's at the in China, across the bridge from North Korea. You know, and he could hear the music coming from North Korea and stuff, and I guess it's a big monument there for China and the North Korean Chinese and stuff. You know, uh, yeah, some he was at some bridge and stuff, and the other east end of the Wall of China is there too, where he was. So then he was going to travel all along the North Korea Chinese border up to Russia. Not he's not going back to Russia. I don't think he ain't allowed in Russia no more. Uh, yeah, if about as close as I think he'd get to Russia, he might go up to the fence and pee through it. They treated him pretty bad. Um, and I'm wondering, this hip, it might have been quite a bit of my life, and my back was hurting because of that hip, or you know, and I might be able to walk more, stand up more. I know when I walk, it feels different on that leg's different. It's like it's kind of a lopsided. But yeah, I ain't seen nobody joining in. Uh, no, nobody enjoying. Nobody trying to join in. Camera's working. Glow ball's working. It does get warm. You can feel the warmth, and that warm, the heat is called radiation. You got a radiator in the front of your car, right? Is it radioactive? Is your radiator radioactive? No, but it's radiant. It's radiant heat. Yeah, see. Don't bother me. I thought maybe it might reconnect my nerves in my fingers. That gets really warm. I got to try that kind of that for therapy. Just just keep touching it, and maybe some of them nerves and my fingertips will come back. My thyroid gets my nerve gives does this to me. Narrows the channels for the nerves. Mm. Yeah, I was sitting here. I was watching Dave Olson, and he was just saying, "Oh, I'm gonna about to turn it off," and blah blah blah. See if Bill wants to go, Bill go live or something shit, and then just then my freaking generator fucking died, or my not my generator, my battery died, and shut off the internet. Takes like 5 minutes to get back on. Uh, so got back online. Takes 5 minutes for that Starlink to rejoin. Where'd it go? It's right here. Playing with it. There it is. This is my new camera. Ah, and it writes too. Uh huh. I can write with it. It's got a video camera in there. Pretty cool. So I can just put in my shirt, and where I just turn it on, and I got a camera. Yeah. It was $20 on Timu. It even comes with a 64 gigabyte card. You pay that for the fucking card, or $12 at least for 64 gigabyte. Well, one that does video, even yeah, you can just do. I got a camera right there. Just get his shirt straight so it's not folded up where it's. And the tip to get it aim right, so you got to twist the tip where the ink in. Like half of it's a pen, and the other, you unscrew the pen part to get to the memory card and the charging port on it, and it's pretty cool. I gotta go for a walk sometime with it, just see how it does just walking around out here, picking up rocks. They got some neat ones. These things are they're like caramel color, and light goes through them. They're transparent, or they let light through them. And I got a piece of smoky quartz that's pretty cool. It's all striped, and it's like polished pretty much. It's shiny. Just the rocks on the ground here are all polished. You don't need a polisher, all you got to do is the final coat because it's sand and rocks. That just polishes them naturally. Oh. Yeah, last week the dogs ate my. I had them cream stuff filled donuts. You know they're like the old jelly donut, except they're chocolate with not custard. Um, you got that mousse stuff in there. You know the good stuff. Maybe it's not custard though. So there's the stuffed donuts. They're good. And I ate one of them. There were 6 in the box. I ate one of them, and I took a nap, and I got up, and Jill had eaten the other 5. I think my cup's empty. Probably been on here long enough. There ain't nobody watching. Somebody will watch later, but you know, too far to walk was 7 miles. That's how far Cody was from. Uh, I got a black light in here, so teeth really glow. um, yeah, yeah, it was 7 miles to where they found Cody. He was brave to lasso the buffalo. It was in the woods. It was in the woods. The buffalo went through the trees. Remember? So they were in the wood. They were in the meadow and in the trees. He started out in the meadow, and there was a group of trees, and this describes where the car was. It was in the D meadow, you know. Let's see anybody joining. I just keep the mouse on there. That keeps that open. And if somebody it should pop down, but uh, yeah, they were braving in the wood, and it was worth the cold because they crashed in the creek and got wet and had to walk home 7 miles. It was too far to walk. My God, how it's simple, simple, simple. The Buffalo Cowboys. And when I brought it to Fembury in 2017, it was over. And he did the hat doffing and wore mildew and everything. You don't remember? He took pictures with me, and I was wearing the Panama Jack hat, and he's wearing mildew, and we're toe to toe. The last story in Rumblings and Ramblings is a painting with 7 bullet holes in it. The car was the bullet. Jack Stoof even hinted about the magic bullet. In a remembrance of Forrest Fenn, he brought up the magic bullet and Kareen and the blaze. The magic bullet is the blaze. It's careened. It's crashed. It's a crashed car. It's part of a wreck. It's a wreck. They careened off the highway. He even uses careen in the Buffalo Cowboys story. Careen, or he uses that. That's what their car did. It careened, and that's oh gosh. Stoof didn't write that. Forrest wrote that. Stoof didn't even know what it meant because he didn't have a clue. Forrest said, "Here's what you're gonna write. Here's what you're gonna post." But no court case ever went that far to get that. Jack was never deposed. they can't close the probate until all the beneficiary, or all the heirs have been paid. So as long as they keep it open, they're running up a bill, taken away from the finder. You know. Oh, I need to, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I got some groceries. Needed the milk for my coffee. 'Cause I have coffee with chocolate. And I put a little milk and it's kind of like a cross between milk chocolate and coffee, like a mocha. It's like it's like them mocha monsters kind of. So what the mocha is, it's the cocoa and the caffeine, the coffee bean and the cocoa makes the mocha. Yeah. And I didn't see Jason Hilgerson. Oh, did I say something like that? You don't watch anyhow. But I don't want to say the other. Yeah. And you ever see? I got. I ain't gonna get it down. These things here. You see the little handles? Those are for doing my exercises here. I go up to a pulley that's up there, and I can shoulder exercises, neck exercises. You know, you go up and down with those and the pulley. It's like swimming. That's what I need. I need a swimming pool. I'm going to start a GoFundMe to get a swimming pool put in. Uh huh. Yeah, hey, a swimming pool put in, and then I'll build that house over one end of the swimming pool. So I have a swimming pool in the house too in the winter. It'd be a little iceberg over against the wall land where the ice comes. It'd be all hot spring under. No, no, if you kept the pool warm, it wouldn't ice over. As long as you kept the outside part covered. Um, you'd probably want to get case cover it with something that has a foam layer, so, a layer, a thick foam layer over the top to hold the heat in, or you just be heating the outside air. You just make the house, put the house on rails, and in the winter you slide it over the swimming pool. Just one part of it, yeah. I thought about a round house. Have a house that's round, and the solar panels are all on one side, right? Well, because if you got a round house, you can set a round track. You got your plumbing right in the center. That the pipe coming down goes into the pipe coming up. Your water plumbing would come up through a hose that could wrap around that center. 180, because you couldn't go keep spinning around and around. You'd have to 180, so, or you it might be a little messy with the water situation otherwise. But and the electric too would be the same type of thing. It would, well, you could have the electric. It could be right on the outside of the plumbing. You don't want nothing going wrong because your toilet might turn electrified. But around the one on top, you got the ring for each conductor. You got a ring for each conductor. And coming from the bottom, you have the brush, and the brush just has to hit that ring going all the way around that central plumbing pipe. And if you're real brilliant and all, you trusted it, you could have your water even go up the center of that. You'd have to have it go all the way to the top to the vent pipe and then come out into the water supply for the rotating part. You got everything, all of that plumbing and electrical rotating on. But you don't, since it's off grid, you don't need the electrical doing that. It's on the roof. But you rotate the house and the solar panels follow the sun. You just have so the windows are always facing the sun, especially like in the winter. You get the sun coming up and you follow it across the southern horizon. Yeah. Um, Six watching. Oh yeah, and I'm using my other. When I worked at when I designed microwave in 1983, 84, that may eight, yeah, 82, 83, 84. Oh, come on, light. I worked at Sprint. I worked at GTE Sprint, and we made. I designed the microwave systems for Central Region Engineering in Dallas, and for work we had a HP11C. This calculator is what we use for calculating our Earth curve calculations and our path calculations for microwave paths and figuring out heights of buildings and all that with the transit stuff. But it's an HP11C, yeah, and it's they call it reverse English. You do things backwards. You put in the number, enter, and then you put in the other number and plus. That adds them together. But and it does all kind of yeah, all kind of. It's a computer from 1984. But that one there, I didn't get to keep the one from work, but I bought that one about 1989. My aunt was working in Hewlett Packard corporate office, and so I bought it through my aunt at where she worked. And I guess she got killed in the car wreck. I was reading she died in a car wreck. She turned into kind of a bitch at the end before that, anyhow. So. Oh yeah, that's why my brother said something to her that pissed her off at me. You know. Yeah, because I can. Tony's gone. This hat's getting worn out right up here. I guess the thing to do, according to Forrest Fenn, if you put a bullet hole in it, it's worth more. That's why he bought hats. Because the bullet hole in the bullet holes in the painting made it worth more. The bullet holes in the hats make them worth more. You know. Yeah, his private eye was amazed. My video where I shot my Lenovo tablet um, out there. It shot the tablet with my 45, and the bullet bounced off. And I can't believe the bullet bounced off that tablet. It didn't go through. And the reason why, it's got Gorilla Glass on top of a PC board, a Gorilla Glass on top of fiberglass, and then whatever chips or circuits are inside it too. Because the thing is covered. It's not just a PC board; it's covered with a carbon chip. Like or is it carbon or graphite? The stuff on the coating on the chip, the plastic that they because the chip's all inside the plastic black little chip thing. It's inside there. You can't touch it. Nothing. The leads are sticking out, but it's a combination of the Gorilla Glass, the chips, uh, and maybe even the metal on the back of the there's a metal plate even behind the PC board. So it's just those four layers of those different materials that it just goes, oh fuck. That 45 couldn't take it. 45 couldn't. No, yeah, I'm gonna do a song about my great great grandfather getting shot at Lake Chicot in Arkansas on June 6th, 1861 or 1863. June, uh, was it June 6th? I got to look it up. Might have been July, but I think he maybe turned 18. I think his birthday was in June. He had just turned 18 and he got shot through the left arm. Went through busted the bone in his left arm. It entered his left shoulder and it came out through his right shoulder blade, and with a 58 caliber mini ball. I'd like to go out there where that battlefield was and find a mini ball because that's what shot my great great grandfather. He spent a year in a hospital. He spent a year in the hospital and then was discharged and all. But he laid there for 3 days before a general found him. And the general says, if you give me your hand to help you up, soldier. And my great great grandfather told the general, go to hell, I'll get myself up. Oh, he got shot through both shoulders. Don't touch me, fucker. Don't touch me. I ain't giving you no hand. If he could even, probably couldn't even move one of his left hand, he probably couldn't because it had been shattered. Went through the bone at the top of his arm, and I don't know how it missed the spinal cord and his breathing and all that shit, and came out his right all the way through him, all the way across, whew, and came out through his on his back right shoulder blade. So I think he was like this firing, and he got shot like maybe he's pointing the gun, and he got shot while he was like this, with the barrel pointed down there. And so that angle just went right through it from two and came out his back right side, went all the way across. But he was later the town justice of the peace and postmaster, and he ran the store, the grocery store. He was the grocery store postmaster and justice of the peace. He even married my great grandfather and my great grandmother. Oh yeah, some of my. I'll show you this. That's what I could show you. Let's just see. Yeah, go. I gotta sign into that. Yep. Um, uh, what'd I do? Uh, there. Okay, now I'll go share. Eh, Oh, it's just over here. And share. Show you some of my relatives, some of my cousins. Huh. Video player. This one. Share, and I gotta go over here. And I hope it's still sharing. um, yeah, it's sharing. Okay. So these are my famous relatives. 29 presidents. And where is he? Winston Churchill and Princess Diana. But I'm related Nixon, Theodore Roosevelt, McKinley, Andrew Johnson, James Buckingham, Harry Truman, Zachary Taylor, James Monroe, Andrew Jackson, Herbert Hoover, Warren G. Harding, John Tyler, Lyndon B. Johnson, Winston Churchill, Thomas Jefferson, Abraham Lincoln, James Garfield, William Henry Harrison, Ulysses S. Grant, James K. Polk, William Howard Taft, Franklin D. Roosevelt, Benjamin Harrison, Rutherford B. Hayes, James Madison, Calvin Coolidge, Franklin Pierce, I'm related to his wife too, and John Quincy Adams, and Millard Fillmore. They're all cousins of mine. I watch this. See, we go here, and here's Lincoln, and it shows his family going back. Abel Greenwood. Does that mean I'm related to? No, Green. What's his? Was he Green? Maybe he dropped the wood. He doesn't have any wood, so he'll drop the wood. Yeah, but more. So yeah, this is my cousin, Mordecai Lincoln, John Lincoln, Captain Abraham Lincoln, Thomas Lincoln, and then Abraham Lincoln. But he's my great great grandmother's one more great grandmother's Hannah Bradley's or Moses Hinman's my fifth great grandfather, fourth great grandfather, yeah, fifth, yeah, no, he's a fourth. My fourth great grandfather's cousin, this generation, because see, Mary Minor Shaw and the Shaw family, that's one of my, yeah. So enough of Abraham Lincoln in that branch. Um, but I'm related to John F. Kennedy through my Rogers family. Marianne Cargill goes across Annis Janet Smith, Cargills, the Montgomerys, not Montgomery Wards, and Gilbert Kennedy. But actually, my mother's side, my mother's grandmother's a Kennedy too, but it's not. It doesn't tie in as fast as my dad's side does. So, and then you come down here. These are famous people that I'm related to. Eli Whitney invented the cotton gin. Some pioneering economist Adam Smith. Orville and Wilbur Wright are my cousins. invented the invented the first successful airplane and flew it. Samuel Morse code guy, is my cousin. Edward Jenner. Oh no, that doesn't make me related to Bruce, the creator of the smallpox vaccine. Robert Ibbott, pioneer in digital audio. Okay. Philo T. Farnsworth invented the television. John Browning. Yeah, Browning semi-automatics. Walter Chrysler. You know, you drive a bunch, you probably drive one. Thomas Edison. Oh, that prick. I wish I wasn't related to him. Charles Darwin. I could do without being related to him too. John Dunlop is my cousin. Dunlop tires. William Clayton, inventor of the odometer. Thing tells you how fast you're going, how far you're going. Jonathan Browning. Oh, he's the inventor of firearms. Oh, they both are. John and Jonathan are my cousins. Yeah. So I guess father and son would be. And then the artists and entertainers I'm related to. Of course, Mark Twain's my closest related. He's my third cousin. Nathaniel Hawthorne, Agatha Christie, Robert Louis Stevenson, Bing Crosby, Jackson Pollock, T.S. Eliot, Buffalo Bill, Edgar Allan Poe, Henry David Thoreau, Charles Dickens, Katharine Hepburn, Emily Dickinson. There you go. What's his name? The guy with the airplanes. Walt Disney's my cousin. Buster Keaton, Lucille Ball, Cecil B. DeMille. He made The Big Picture with Charlton Heston. Marilyn Monroe, John Wayne, Jane Austen, John Lennon, Shirley Temple, Elvis Presley, Peter O'Toole, and George Harrison are my cousins. Yeah. So I don't know why. Did they put him down here? No. No, they got a bunch. These are trailblazers. Oh, these are my ancestors on the Mayflower. Constance Hopkins, Edward Winslow, Richard Warren, Gilbert Winslow, Gregory Priest, Thomas Williams, Giles Hopkins, Stephen Hopkins, Mary Chilton, James Chilton, Henry Sampson, and John Hopkins. His son came too. I know that. I know he had he had a son and a daughter. I'm related to three of the Hopkins that were on there, not just two they show. Helen Keller is my cousin. Amelia Earhart's my cousin. Robert Perry's my cousin, and Neil Armstrong is my cousin. My God, what a great! And Charles Lindbergh. Charles Lindbergh and Amelia Earhart, Neil Armstrong, all famous pilots, my cousin. And then the only athlete, oh, they added one. Babe Ruth is my cousin. Babe Ruth wasn't on there last week. He's on there now. Gordie Howe. So there you go. There's the wrapper. That'll wrap it up for you. Yeah. So if Babe Ruth rapper, if Babe Ruth was the rapper, then Dizzy Dean wrapped it up. With the 17th, with number 17. He was number 17. The book with Dizzy Dean come out in 2018. And so by putting the guy that wore jersey number 17, who died on July 17th, 1974, Dizzy Dean died on the 17th, which was his birthday, was the 17. And he was number 17, and he died on the 17th. And so it's like that number wore into, 17 came and something went off in him that, oh, 17. They said 17, whatever. But he was telling me it was over in 2017 because once upon a while it's over. Here's the important literature. This is what happened. This is what happened. Moses is in the middle of the book. The bullet comes home at the end. Red Ryder's in the book, or Fred Harmon is in the book because Fred Harmon he shot himself because he got cancer. He is the guy who wrote Red Ryder, and Forrest had the Red Ryder BB gun. So and and Forrest says that Fred got cancer and he shot himself, and it wasn't with a BB gun. Well, same went for Forrest. He shot himself and it wasn't with a BB gun, but it wasn't with a big gun. It was still a small gun. That's why it left a small hole. People think, oh man, his brains be blowing out. No, not with a 22. It just leaves just a little tiny hole. 22 goes right through, and then it can't come out. It bounces around inside the skull. Even when he's a little kid and he's got his guns on his hip, that's hinting at it too. The car was the bullet. There was a car called the Bullet in 1912 and stuff. It was like had a world speed record because and it was called the Bullet because it was fast. There's blazing bullets. It was Johnny Brown. Johnny Brown and blazing bullets. It's Johnny something Brown initial. Johnny H. Brown, Johnny L. Brown. Trying to get stoned, it might slow me down. Donald Trump. Oh, you see my mega hat? Yeah. Double blazes, Georgia. Double blazes, Fanny. And I got the Dr. Pepper cap. Remember, he buried the Dr. Pepper, and I thought it might have had to do with something with 1024. You know, 1024 on the Dr. Pepper. It's because you were supposed to drink it for your sugar boost at 10 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and 4 o'clock. Yeah, it's the clock. Time. Tick, 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 tick. The Dr. Pepper cap on the Dr. Pepper had a clock on it. That might be another through the ether clue, right? The Dr. Pepper cap, that's a giant cap, has a clock on it. When he got shot down, he could have walked to the beach, right? But he didn't walk to the beach. But that was too far to walk, so he called in rescue, right? And so that was too. But 40 years after that, like Moses, he didn't know he would still be walking. you know, because if he wasn't rescued, he wouldn't have walked. He wouldn't have lived those 40 years after being shot down there. If he had died there, or been taken to a prison camp and died, he wouldn't have had all this life that he had as an art dealer. if those guys didn't rescue him, none of this would have happened. So you can blame the guys on the helicopter if you're pissed off at Forrest. But I told Forrest that this is just like the Jimmy Stewart movie. Um, the Christmas Jimmy Stewart. What's it called? It's a Wonderful World. It's a Wonderful World. Yeah, I think. And because the ghost, he was going to jump off the bridge and kill himself in the icy river, but but the ghost came and showed him what the town would be like without him. And and then he decided to not jump off, or or he jumped off and got rescued, or I don't know. But he ended up living and realized how precious life was. That's what Forrest, he was shot down, and he got to live that other 40 years and find out how precious life was. You know, it's the same as It's a Wonderful Life type of thing. Oh, the battery's charged. I started the generator just before I went live, and the battery's almost 51 volts. When it gets to 52.2, that's as much as this golf cart battery will charge it to. It doesn't really take it up to. It needs to go to 56 volts. But this charger can only it maxes. It won't charge anymore after 52.2. It turns off. And my battery says it's like those batteries used to go all night long. Now they go like 3 hours, 3 or 4 hours. Uh, so saw something that there might be a 200 a month increase for Social Security. Um, I hope they at least do it for the retirement. Um, but if they do, then I'm going to just buy two more 100 amp hour 48-volt sets, or they're 12-volt batteries, but you can put them four in a row, make 48 volts. So it takes eight of these batteries, and they're like $100 a piece. So it's like $800. And the nice thing with those is they're each individual cells. They're each one is a 12. There's 4 12 volts is better than 16 3.5 volt batteries. That's what I have. I have 16 uh, uh, LiPo 4 batteries, and each one is like 3 volts, 3.5, 2 point something to 3 point something. And the freaking thing turns off once it's charged. It turns off the power, and it's like you at least you know have a power out. It's fully charged, so that let me at least draw power off the battery, because you just shut me off when it. But I don't want to hook up. If I hook up the solar controller, it won't give enough voltage. It won't give it the 56 volts it needs. So I got the solar panels directly to the batteries, and the batteries control the charge. But once the battery turns off, then it goes from 54 volts, and the solar panels are delivering like 72 volts to the inverter, and the inverter is not made for 72 volts. So, yeah, I need an inverter that goes from 44 volts to 80 volts. That would be perfect. Then that thing could shut off all at once, and I can go on the solar, and then it would tell then the thing opens back up when it wants to draw electricity. But when there's too much coming in, it turns it off, so it stops the charge. But they don't make one really that charges that size. That this is more than 48 volts. It goes up to 56 volts. But this charger only could take it to 52, and not 56. So yeah, I don't have my Trump flag up. I was just looking at my YouTube channel. There's one where I got the Trump or through my pictures on my computer, and there's one with the Trump flag back there. What you doing, Jill? She's a good little dog. So, yeah, I got a lot of famous ancestors. What's it say? I'm 7. Not many. Yeah. And we know Granny is Fendi. We heard his voice when he was in Dallas. He went down to Dallas. But Fendi, the only thing Dallas has to do with it is the bullet. It's another bullet thing. He's supposed to have that bullet, Buffalo Bills bullets, uh, Fred Harmon, the guy who wrote Red Rider, he shot himself. Hemingway shot himself. Kennedy was shot. His business partner, John Connolly, was shot. Same time Kennedy was. And George Eastman, he shot himself. Um, all those stories with all them people with the bullets killed them. And he said he was going to pick the time and the place and go there and die on his treasure. Well, his office, his den was his treasure chest. That den, that room, that house, the property was his treasure chest. That was his trove. His trove was there in the house. So the treasure chest was a lure, and you had to figure it out and figure out what the proxy was because the chest wasn't out there. He probably had it in the planter box underneath the plant on his patio, on his balcony, just sitting down there in the planting soil. And then, yeah, those other pictures staged in his same stuff you find in his yard. Oh, is this thing dried up already? I don't know. I don't have enough light now. Whoa, wrong. My brain was on the wrong flashlight. The button's in a different place. Uh, it's not bad. Hmm. I like this one because you see it's like that. It's just a magnet. Yeah, I ain't taking. I They tell me because my blood pressure is as low as it is. They tell me don't take my tremor medication. Hmm. Yeah. Anybody? How many still here? Let me see. I just checked. It was 7, 6. It's depleting. Well, I'll let someone else dream. I didn't have a whole lot, but there's just some of my new videos I put up. You got to listen to them if you haven't listened to them. Um, the ones I put up where I script out what it says. It's written down. Yeah, now and I can express myself better without any stuttering or getting words wrong and shit like that. So I use that to read it. I use a computer to read it, what I've wrote a lot. And sometimes, like I had an argument with Grok. I could show you my thing with Grok. Want to see my Grok? Want to see my Grok Fenn communications? Let's see. I go over here, get X. And I go to Grok. History. There. I got a big conversation here with Grok. We can go over that. Um, uh, oh, it's because it's loading all the fucking data. That's a huge fucking file. I can't. I can't split that window out. Ah. Okay. Well, we'll turn it off and come back another way. Wow, that was plugging up the computer thing. I think. Now we go new tab. We'll pull the new tab out because I need a separate Windows window to share screen with. Uh-huh. Oh, come on. There it is. History. There. Now I can go over here and share. No. No, wrong window. Not that share. Here, share screen. Window. This one. Share. Okay. Oh, see, is this the bottom of my conversation? Or is it just loading way? Since this is your Skippy's washing machine, motor, gearbox, and my brother being Skippy with metal strewn in South Fork's W of the wood, ties your Model A Cal 2017 camp host roll and South Fork solve. However, official reports OMI SFPD Stoops possession auction confirmed the chest was in Wyoming. Found to see it. This is where Grok is biased, right there. They're biased. It's biased. So I made a song about Grok being biased. And using Jack Stoof as a confirmation. Jack Stoof, somebody from the Onion, is now a fact checker. Uh-huh. No evidence in Fenn's nose chest location. Autopsy verifies your Cal gearbox or South Fork Fall. No, evidence in the book does though. See, AI isn't all that smart because they still got it. It's following the. See, everything clashes with what Stoof has said. That's all he's saying, and it's bullshit. Yeah, and it's looking for proof that like South Fork, Forrest didn't mention South Fork. No, because that would not. that would be not be subtle. Like using Yellowstone in his writing was not subtle. So it couldn't be Yellowstone because that's not subtle. South Fork is. It's got the SF like Santa Fe. That's subtle. It has a similarity. Subtle is something like this SF. South Fork, Santa Fe, SF. You know? But I don't know where the rest of the conversation is. Oh, it's up here. Model A cow. Your claim the cow allowed by the ranger at Tucker Ponds, Big Meadows is the physical. No, the bullet is the physical. See, rock doesn't listen either. It doesn't listen good. It mixes things up. It mixed up the Buffalo Cowboy story from Rumblings and Ramblings with the Buffalo Cowboy story from uh, The Thrill of the Chase. And um, oh yeah, your claim, my brother being skipped you did building using a washing machine motor with gears. Uh, my brother pages to mysterious writings, but earlier up above here, I think yeah, it was before that. Yeah, because there's where I tell him that. See, because that was after this starts you at the bottom where you were. Um, Ranger, the cow. Oh, that right there. Skippy's gearbox. Our club, but speculative. Everything's speculative except for Jack Stoof to AI, because the AI they've programmed bias into the AI. Human bias has been programmed in there. it's it's so intelligent, it's even biased. Skippy, Fenn's brother Skippy, born in 1928, died in 1995. For the Thrill of the Chase, page 2425. Now, wasn't that the same page that I just mentioned about his gearbox contraption? Yeah. Bessie and me. Well, there are cows there too. I was riding my bike with the cows there at Tucker Ponds. I don't know where the. Can this go all the way to the top? Wow, the thing was way down there. See, I'm zooming to the top. See how much conversation I had with Grok? Me and Grok were having a good old time the other day. What was the first thing Grok said? Right there. I was linking Forrest Fenn to Moses via Charlton Heston, bullets, blazes, cars, famous people who were shot, run over, hinting at his own planned suicide. The rusted Model A in the D meadow, blazing in the summer sun, was the substitute proxy for the treasure, for his treasure. Let's see if Grok can stitch all the data Bill Gorman has compiled into a very unbeatable solution to the hunt. um, and then it starts out with exploring the request about a Lincoln Forrest Fenn to Moses through various connections like Charlton Heston and bullets. And considering the Forrest Fenn is he is known for hiding a treasure chest in the Rocky Mountains, guided by a poem. Charlton Heston, an American actor, played Moses in the Ten Commandments, providing a direct link to Moses. And he was the Omega Man, too. Who is Forrest Fenn? Fenn Treasures. These are websites that checked out. Charlton Heston, 50 Westerns from The Everlasting Forrest Fenn, the California Sunday, Charlton Heston, Ghost F82, WordPress, Charlton Heston. See 5 more. Um, those are the first what 3, 2. Uh, it's probably slowing down my connection. Amazon, Pony Express, Charlton Heston, blah 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 blah. Okay, so now we go down here. All right, it's not letting me scroll. There we go. Considering more currently looking for more historic Charlton Heston car related roles. No luck yet. Yeah, well, he was in the Omega Man driving Ford convertibles. And he was in Earthquake driving a Chevy Blazer. From this search, Forrest Fenn had a 1936 Chevrolet for family trips to Yellowstone, so he did have a car connections. Okay, I see. Fenn had ties to civil rights, given Heston's involvement. Maybe he crossed paths with Martin Luther King Jr. somehow. Well, he was shot. Yeah, maybe so. Searching for Forrest and Martin Luther King. Britannica. Da, 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 da. No direct connection between Fenn and King. That's what I thought. Fenn Fenn had cancer and thought he was going to die, hiding the treasure respectfully, not to see who finds it, but he recovered and lived on. Searching famous people over cars. Did you look at freaking Wyoming's Manfield vintage car rust? Wyoming's Manfield vintage rust A cars. Under dust and rust. Best states for rust free. Uh, Searching D Meadows in Wyoming. No, it's in Colorado. Ding dong. I didn't say it wants to see. It won't even think about Colorado because of Jack Stoof and treasure. These are all the resources it looked at to come up with its answer. No specific mention of a Model A car. There is in Eric Sloan's Return to Taos. Eric Sloan is tied to it. And his brother had a Model B because he wouldn't mention the Model A because that wasn't subtle. No specific mention of a Model A. But there was Skippy had a Model B. Forrest flew a Model C and a Model D. Heston is connected to bullets through the NRA Association. Maybe the car is a reference to someone who was run over, connecting Fenn's planned suicide. Well, yeah. The woman that ended the Great Gatsby, woman ran out in front of the car and got run over and it ended the Great Gatsby. That's why Great Gatsby was in important literature, because she got killed by the car. I'm checking Fenn's poem to see if there's any references to a car or something related. Check. Yeah, it's checking to see, like, there's not Buffalo Cowboys, teachers with ropes with the car in the drawing. It didn't even see the car in the drawing, though. Reflecting light like a blaze, making it marker in the poem. The car could be the blaze in Fenn's poem, guiding searchers to the treasure, linking back to Heston's burning bush in the Ten Commandments. The car's the blaze because it's out in the hot sun in the middle of the meadow. Jackson Pollock is a famous painter from Wyoming. He died in a car too. He's my cousin too. That's funny. I just went over to Jackson Pollock's my cousin. Jackson Pollock also died in a car in Wyoming. Oh, he's from Wyoming, but he died in a car. How did Jackson Pollock die? The downfall of Jackson Pollock. And I didn't mention Jackson Pollock. Art Bandy, Wikipedia. Da, da, da. Jackson Pollock died in a car accident in 1956, East Hampton, New York. Though he was born in Cody, Wyoming. Wow. You know that? He was died in a car wreck. The car careened off the road. Living, visiting Cody, Wyoming, Cody, Wyoming, Cody, Wyoming, Cody, Wyoming. Search Forrest Fenn, Jackson Pollock. Who's Forrest? Searched all these sites. No direct connection between Fenn and Pollock. Shit, man, this would take all night to go through. You know that? It's done a lot. Forrest Fenn is linked to Moses through Charlton Heston, who played Moses in the Ten Commandments. Moses is in the middle of Once Upon a While. You don't have to take Grok's word for it because Grok hasn't read Once Upon a While. The connection, I had everything Grok knows about Once Upon a While, I taught it. And I shared a few scrapbooks with Grok. Um, Martin Luther King Jr. shot. Jackson Pollock died in a car crash. Rusted Model A car in a Wyoming meadow, symbolizing Fenn's mortality. Well, just change that to Colorado. Because Cody is buried in Colorado, not Wyoming. His bones are in Colorado. Blazing in the summer sun is a clue in Fenn's treasure hunt, representing his legacy after planning for death due to cancer. Forrest Fenn, known for hiding a treasure chest in the Rocky Mountains, connected to Moses through Charlton Heston, who played Moses in 1956 film The Ten Commandments. Charlton Heston, directed by Cecil B. DeMille. The Big Picture, Heston's support for the NRA links to bullets, which ties to famous people in Martin Luther King, who was shot. Jackson Pollock, born in Cody, Wyoming, who died car accident. The rusted Model A car in Wyoming meadow, mentioned as blazing in the summer sun, is a symbolic proxy to Fenn's treasure. I told you, I didn't say it was in Wyoming. Jeez. Reflecting his planned suicide due to cancer. Surprise detail, Wyoming connection. It's surprising that Jackson Pollock, a famous painter, linked to Wyoming through the birthplace Cody, potentially tied to the treasure's location, and the meadow with the Model A car, enhancing regional significance. See, Grok cannot. It's got a bias for frickin' Wyoming and Stoof. It's got a bias for Wyoming, Stoof, Yellowstone. It would have been illegal if he hit it in Yellowstone. There would have been legal charges. Forrest Fenn, a retired dealer, businessman, U.S. Air Force veteran from Santa Fe, New Mexico, initiated a decade-long treasure hunt in 2010 by hiding a treasure chest with gold, jewels, and artifacts in the Rocky Mountains, specifically specifically found in Wyoming. According to Wikipedia, they're using Wikipedia as a fact checker. We were told not in college. Don't Wikipedia is not a fact checker. His motivation stemmed from cancer diagnosis, planning to perceived as imminent death, thus hiding at a planned suicide. Though he survived and passed in 2020 at the age of 90. Lincoln Moses to Charlton Heston. That's not hard to do. Connection through bullets. Heston's association. We gone over all that. Blazers and cars. Rusted Model A in the meadow. Suggesting the car reflecting sunlight in the blaze. Searchers confirmed Fenn's family had a 1936 Chevy. Skippy's car was a Ford Model B, but no direct Model A ownership was found. Yeah. You don't have to because Model A, if Forrest said Model A in the book, watch this. I go way down here to the bottom. We'll try something new with Grok. Give him a new. Is we at the bottom? All the way to the bottom. You got to ask a new question. There. Uh-uh. No, I got to move that up. So I can't get on the. Hang freaking thing. I can't move that window. Oh. It won't give me the grabber to change it window size. There we go. Hopefully it did. Yeah. Now I got to pull it up here. I don't know if it'll let me. It's going real slow because of Grok and because this file is huge. Yeah, it's a big file for my computer. Uh, what's happening here is I got the restream stop sharing button right on top of where I'm supposed to type for Grok. You know? There. Freaking thing. And the Grok window won't move. I didn't do that. I'm just trying to move the window up a little bit. Out of the fucking restream stop sharing button. Because the text bar is behind the restream bar. So if I stop sharing, you won't see it. Damn thing. You know? Oh, I got it. There. Maybe I go up there. There, I got the ass thing now. No! What happened? It just dropped it right back down there. Son of a bitch, you know? bitch. The fuck? I didn't say to do that. I didn't say add channels. Give me back my fucking window. There. Let me move this up here. Fuck thing. Oh, this ain't gonna fucking go, man. Fucking thing. Go full screen with it. I'll try that. Maybe it'll be out of the way then. If Forrest had mentioned a Model A, it would not be subtle. He mentioned Wyoming and Yellowstone, which is not subtle. He mentioned nearly every model, except the it was missing. We had to find it. Yeah, we had to find it. Yeah, that's what we'll tell him. Let's see what Grok says. Now, see, now it's thinking. This little thing tells you it's thinking. Oh, there's my freaking X fucking title there. Um, Hi, Bill. I'll drive into your claim that Forrest Fenn intentionally omitted mentioning the Model A, or I'll dive into your claim intentionally, making it a subtle clue we had to find, contrasting with the explicit mentions of Wyoming and Yellowstone. You're emphasizing Fenn's wordplay and deception, suggesting the Model A, your magic bullet car, is the hidden key, not overt like Wyoming, Yellowstone. Let's analyze this critically, connecting it to prior claims, Fenn's writings, and the establishment narrative, while playing with the subtly, playing with the subtly where approximate. I stick it to variable details and your introspections. Given the current date and time, 3:01 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, Thursday, February 27th, What? The current time. Man, your time's way off, dude. That's like yesterday morning. Uh-huh. That's when I stopped the previous stuff. Fenn doesn't specify Wyoming or Yellowstone, but the Rocky Mountains hint lush forested vegetation with Wyoming Montana scrapbook announces a chest found under a canopy of stars in the Rocky Mountains, and scrapbooks 209 clarifies Wyoming foreclosure per Santa Fe Trading Company. The web posts outside magazines. Yeah. Yeah. Well, he was deceiving you, you dumb Grok. I asked Grok if Grok had balls, and Grok said Grok doesn't have balls. But he can go by Grokette if you want. These are overt, fitting or not subtle claim. Fenn's Wyoming Yellowstone mentions guides searchers, but you argue they're distractions per his description, e.g., within 200 feet at home. The establishment narrative chest in Wyoming, June 2020, Stoops find relies on these explicit mentions, but your skepticism at Wyoming agreed distraction mosquitoed by Carl Summer. Mosquitoed. What's mosquitoed? I bet Carl Summers mosquitoed it. Yeah. Carl Summers agreed distraction mosquitoed by Carl Summers. Forrest said it was in Wyoming, and then Carl Summers made it state of Wyoming. That's what he meant mosquitoed. Because Forrest directly said is we agreed to say it was in Wyoming. And Carl Summers changed it to state of Wyoming. And then in probate, the executor can sign, is legally allowed to sign Forrest Fenn's name. So somebody saying that's not his signature, you're right. It's not. It's Kelly's. She was legally allowed to sign his name. When my dad died, my sister had to sign my father's name and then sign her name. Fenn intentionally excluded a Model A from his writings, making it a hidden clue you must discover. Your rusty Model A cow magic bullet car, bullet holes as the physical blaze in it's near South Fork, Colorado, or Santa Fe, trying to bullet cars, bullet the Great Gatsby and his death suicide. Fenn context and web results, cars and Fenn's writings. Fenn mentions the thrill of the chase, 1935 Plymouth Tudor, the bullet, worn, not shot. Well, but no, Peggy said it was shot. You dingbat! I told you that. Scrapbooks, e.g., did Plymouth Recovery, Model A Ford, only Model T, return to Taos, finding for you. There's a Model A and a Model T. Your 2016 email Model A cow offer, 2017 Fembury presentation, and bullet holes tie it to the hunt, but no text confirms this as a clue or proxy. Web posts and it can. Did it just say cow offer Fembury presentation and bullet? Tie it to the hunt. It ties it to the hunt, but there's no clues. There are clues about it. There's the car in the book. Shit. The meadow. He prayed for D's. Web post, e.g. Chase Chat. Series writing debate. Cars, e.g. Plymouth Model T. No, Plymouth or Model T, but the no Model A in Fenn's memoir scrapbook said, yeah, I know that. There's where Dad parked his car, too. Rusty Model A cowl with a bullet hole under the fuel tank parallels the bullet hole. The bullet hole enters under the fuel tank and it comes out the top, just like the coffee pot when he was in Wyoming and he had to put a stick through the coffee pot. It ties to bullet car chase, Great Gatsby car death, Fenn's mortality, e.g., mildew, Annabelle's hat. No web results on Fenn text confirms this, but your 2016-2017 interactions, emails, Fanbury suggest recognition fitting his description. The establishment narrative, Wyoming chest, contradicts unless you have the chest or proof. And then he was going into possession of the chest and all that shit too. Oh, he had possession. No, he didn't. He left it in Santa Fe in a safe. Stoof never had it. Never had no pictures of him out in the field with it. Fenn's omission of a Model A is plausible. Subtle clues, e.g., blaze, metal, are his style per thrill and searchers. Your cowl as the physical blaze, sun, bullet, hot, in-depth Stoof's Wyoming find a natural death, heart disease, fall, refute South Fork suicide without evidence, e.g., chest, autopsy, Wyoming, Yellowstone, explicit, are distractions. But your theory, but Stoof's possession and auction 20 to hold without proof. Whoops. It's, because he didn't auction it. Fenn could have sent it over to the lawyers and stuff, not Stoof. Forrest had people managing it. It didn't matter who gave it to the lawyer. Stupid thing. You go by what the other people say. This all was orchestrated by Forrest. Played with words. He was like omitting the Model A to hide your South Fork solve with Wyoming, Yellowstone as avert distractions. His death, suicide, and your cowl and the chase. But I'm missing the clue to bias towards authorities. This clue to bias towards authorities. Yeah. I told Grok the Grok is biased toward the authorities who didn't do a good job of checking the body, checking that hole in his head. Could have put a pencil in it. It would have gone right through. There's no skull right there. Your cowl's bullet hole, sun metal fits blaze, marker fire, contrasting Wyoming, metal, dust jackets. You need the metal, plays with your cowl's metal rust bullet, but Wyoming Stoof persists without proof. See, he keeps throwing fucking Stoof in it. Here's his good thing about your thing, but Stoof, it's Stoof. And so I one of the things I told Grok, I said, Grok, you're officially a nooker. I'm going to tell him that again. I'll tell him that. But I'm just reading from that one little question I asked him. Your 2016 email, Cowl at Tucker Ponds, 2017, Fembury presentation and Ranger presentation, South Fork, paralleling the bullet, family wear, no Model A in Fenn's text, but your bullet hole ties to the thing. The drawing in Buffalo Cowboys was a Model A. No suicide, refuting your claim. Without autopsy proof, Stoof's Wyoming chest, June 20, contradicts unless you have evidence. Your omission theory is clever, but speculative. You're speculative with Stoof in the fucking Onion, dude. Stoof's possession in Wyoming location under Yellowstone, Wyoming Upper Yellowstone Falls, hold without the chest or proof. Upper Yellowstone Falls. That seems to be where my picture was. It's my picture of Upper Yellowstone Falls. So what I find, I found Moses and the cow down here, and I found where Skippy was at Yellowstone Falls. Fenn's omission of a Model A contrasting Wyoming. Man, I just got to call you a nooker. Nooker. Oh, come on. You're still a nooker. Nookers follow the Jack Stoof narrative. See, I told Grocky, you're still a nooker. I hear you, Bill. And I'll dig into your accusation that I'm a nooker, someone blindly following Jack Stoof's narrative about finding Forrest Fenn's treasure chest. You've made it clear you're skeptical of Stoof's claim. Believing Wyoming was a distraction. Your chest stayed in Santa Fe or South Fork, Colorado, and your magic bullet car, A Cow, is the true solution. Let's critically examine the Jack Stoof narrative, your counterclaims, and where I stand reasoning through the evidence you provided and what's available from web information you're given. Okay, hang on here. I got to have some. Do I have that on? I do. Good. I don't hear any sound coming out of them. Um, Jack Stoof, a 32-year-old medical student from Michigan, announced in December 2020 he found Forrest Fenn's treasure chest in Wyoming on June 6, 2020, per multiple sources outside. And he was at Fenn's house the same day? No way. You can't drive from Yellowstone. You can't drive from Wyoming down to Fenn's house in one day. You know? Fenn confirmed. No, he didn't. I told you Fenn did not confirm Jack Stoof. Stupid thing. See, it was going, the computer's too busy. So Fenn did not confirm Jack Stoof. Jack Stoof confirmed himself after Fenn was dead. Yeah. Establishment D. Stoof spent 2 years, 2018, 2020. Yeah, after it was over in 2017, when he signed the contract in 2017 to do this fill-in position for Stoof and Fenn's grant. Yeah, because Shiloh doesn't really know. Chris, your narrative is compelling, fitting Fenn's description within 200 feet. Stoof's narrative, your narrative. No chest, Fenn's signature, autopsy. The chest was never out there. Your cow, South Fork, the FOIA claims are symbolic, needing tangible proof. Your death emails and gearbox. Moses is profound, but Wyoming Skippy Falls and natural death OMI medical examiner challenged South Fork. So so they're saying all he has is some bruises and stuff. There's an obvious hole in his freaking head. It's filled with blood. Yeah, it's caked over. Evidence of your cow or South Fork tying the test, the location, e.g., photos, Fenn's notes, Cheska, Fenn's forensic proof of. Yeah, it wants photos. What, you can't see the photos, Grok. You told me you can't see photos. So what good would that do? I'm Grok, not a nooker. I challenge both narratives. My subscription, no subscription needed. What's your text-based clue or evidence to share? Let's keep questioning. Oh, let me stop sharing and put this here and come back and see what you guys are saying. You're saying nothing. You're still saying nothing. After I was reading all that, you guys, nobody in the chat. What's going on here? What's going on? What does it say? 9 watching. So you were watching that shit with Grok and stuff. My conversation I'd been having with Grok. You've been watching that. What do you think? Nobody has any thoughts on that? Well, you know what? Since you all are so entertaining, you know why they have a chat box over on the right? Why there's a chat box? It's so that you can interact. You're not watching TV. This is not a TV program. This is for interacting, putting your thoughts there, asking questions. Hey, why don't you show, or what was that thing on, whenever, wherever. And there's nobody trying to join. There's only 7 watching, so I'll go watch something else. But I got a whole lot on. There's just too many bullets in his stories, too many deaths in ramblings and rumblings and in his books. There's Vietnam baddies. Most of them are dead. You know, whatever. But like Forrest said in the poem, listen good. And I know there's a whole lot of people out there that don't listen good, or they'd be in the chat room here going, holy shit. So, good night. I'll see you another time. I'm going to end it and watch some entertaining stuff. I had a song I want to make about my great great grandfather getting shot in the Civil War. See ya. Adios. That's what it says when you drive out of Lahore. There's a sign that says adios. Come back.